my Brim. Get ready to pump this shit up. Make sure y'all come in here, hit the like button. Good morning. Doom, 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 doom. Fresh out the gym, probably going back sometime today. And I hope y'all do the same. It's Friday. Before I started, gotta plug this book, The Power Within, by Luke Steffen. It's a must-have self-improvement joint. Told y'all on my Instagram page, this is what we doing this year, this summer. We read more books, taking in more information. Human Base by Josiah Don Martin. This is about marketing. This also is available on Amazon. For those of you who got independent businesses, clothing brands, business ventures, this goes into the behaviors of the consumers. This is something that you want to get. All right. Put Luke up there too. Got some traveling to do this weekend. I'm gonna take that with me. Good morning. I'm not feeling the big U in prison thing. I don't think the brother is the monster who white media is protesting him to be. White media ain't doing it. We doing it. We doing it. White media helped put him there. I'm talking about you not feeling it. Nobody, dude, shut up. He said it's everybody, everybody telling me, they hit me up, they're like, it's money all over the floor. Y'all like saying, y'all like saying that, huh? It's unfortunate. K Flock is going to jail for a long time. Looks like Yella Beezy is going to jail for a long time. Yeah, this motherfucker talking about some white media, put him there. That nigga right where the fuck he belong. And he had a lot to do with his own incarceration, him and his associates and shit. As the days have, as time has expired on the coverage of this shit, we get more information. And he was just doing too much. He was doing way too much. Y'all come in here and like the video. Share this joint. Share this to your social media platforms before we get started. Then I'm going to go into this Yellow Beezy situation. I just have to say, if you seen my previous video that I did this morning, it's still Ramadan. This shit is cramping my style for real. I'm forced to cover this shit tooth and nail to keep up with the opposing media outlets. We all know that my whole situation wasn't built on shit like this. This shit wasn't happening when I got on YouTube. When I got on YouTube, you know what YouTube was? What YouTube consisted of? YouTube was Soulja Boy, Joey Jihad, viral dances. That's what YouTube was. All of this shit, it wasn't like this at all. Now, it's almost like everything that they intended for crack to do to the black community, this is the new crack, YouTube. This is the new mass incarceration tool, YouTube. Because everybody wants to be the man. Everybody wants to be the man, and these niggas, they will kill to be the man. They will go out of their way to interject their gangster shit. They just have to tell everything, and it's become almost like a rat race, for real. It's almost become like a rat race. People just overzealous in terms of sharing what the fuck they got going on in real life. A lot of shit that used to be a secret is no longer a secret. Say it again, motherfucker. Peace. Is the Yellow Beezy news legit? I'm about to share it with you in just a minute. Texas rapper Yellow Beezy arrested, charged in the 2020 murder of artist Mo3, What We Know. Just for those who new to this topic, his name was always mentioned in this shit from day one. From day one, um, this shit already been covered from top to bottom years ago. Mo3 was killed in 2020. I think that was the pandemic year. This is 2025. It's been 5 years. So you know that it's more than probably thousands of videos on here implicating this guy. His name, him and Trap Boy Freddy, their name was always associated with this shit. I wasn't familiar with Yellow Beezy until this murder case happened. I didn't even know who he was. I was more familiar with Mo3. I liked it, Mo3. I liked his music. I thought he was dope as fuck. But according to some people on Twitter, they said Mo was with the shits too. Mo was living just like these guys. You know what I'm saying? So the energy you put out in the world is the energy that you'll receive. But they telling me that Mo3 was just like these niggas and shit. Something that I wasn't aware of. Anyway, Texas rapper Yella Beezy was arrested and booked into the Dallas County Jail Thursday afternoon after a warrant was issued for his arrest, according to Dallas County Jail and court records. Yella Beezy, best known for his breakout hit "That's On Me," was arrested for the 2020 murder of fellow Dallas rapper Mo3. I didn't know that this dude sung "That's On Me." Anyway, here's what we know about the charges. Yella Beezy, real name Marquise Conway, was indicted by a jury on March 18th on a charge of capital murder while remuneration. I don't know what remuneration means. I'm going to have to look that up. Alleging a Texas-born rapper intentionally and knowingly took part in the death of Mo3, real name Melvin Noble, by hiring Kanye White to kill him for a payment and the promise of remuneration, according to a copy of the indictment. Following Mo3's death on November 11, 2020, police told USA that the shooting suspect, described as a black male, exited his stop dark sedan armed with a firearm and approached Mo3, who exited his stationary car and began firing and running southbound on the highway. The suspect, now identified as White, chased Mo3, firing multiple shots and striking him. The rapper was transported to an area hospital where he died from his injuries, according to a police report obtained by USA Today. He was 28 years old. White also struck an innocent bystander, an adult male who was sitting in a separate car. The second victim was also transported to an area hospital with injuries described as non-life threatening. Now we're going to talk about Yella Beezy, for those who don't know who he is. Beezy grew up in Oak Cliff neighborhood in Dallas. That's where, what's homeboy name? Played for the Cincinnati Bearcats, was in the NBA for a long time. Liked to fight everybody and shit. Tall nigga. I don't know why I can't remember this nigga name. What's the tall nigga from Oak Cliff that liked to fight everybody? Was in the NBA. What's that nigga name, man? He on a podcast right now. Yeah, Kenya Martin. Yeah. Beezy grew up in Oak Cliff neighborhood in Dallas Beezy grew up in a neighborhood in Dallas known as Oak Cliff. That's where Kenya Martin is from. His breakthrough came on the 2017 mixtape Light Work Volume 2, which featured the song That's On Me. The trap track reportedly peaked at number 25 on Billboard's Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart, as well as cracked the Hot 100 chart at number 56. A star-studded 2018 remix featured appearances from 2 Chainz, T.I., Rich the Kid, Jeezy, Boosie Badass, and Trap Boy Freddy. Beezy has had his share of legal troubles and incidents. On October 14, 2018, he was shot on the Sam Rayburn Tollway in Lewisville, Texas at approximately 3:30 a.m. Reports indicated that his vehicle was struck by gunfire 3 times. Beezy survived the incident after being hospitalized, and the shooter was later apprehended in downtown Dallas. On February 14, 2021, Beezy was arrested in Dallas for firearms possession, but was released from jail on the same day. Later that year, on August 11, 2021, the rapper faced another arrest, this time on drug-related charges. Anyway, his name is popping all crazy on Twitter. His name was always mentioned in regards to this. At one point, like Alpo and Rich Porter, these niggas was friends. There's pictures of these niggas together online when they was young. Seem like when niggas is broke, they don't have such big egos and they're not so territorial and all of that. So you see the pictures of them niggas looking real modest and ain't got much, and they're able to exist together. Just as soon as niggas get a few chains around their neck, their attitude change. Anyway, this is some of the shit that they saying on Twitter. Yellow Beezy getting pulled for that Mo3 murder now is not good, which means a long investigation led to it. Capital murder in Texas, they might attach you to the human bug zapper. Capital murder can get you a trip to the death chamber in Texas. That's very, very well known. Texas, they've capital murder penalties is barbaric at this point. They got the picture, of course, trending on Twitter of Mo3 and Yellow Beezy when they were shorties. Was done in the dark will come to the light. And this is just another long line of these guys who living like this. This shit is happening so fast. I never worked again in America after that. This started because they left Mo3 off a song called Pick Six. He said Adrian Broner name is in the mix with Big U. Fixed dice. I don't understand the way a lot of people was moving when it came to Big U. Big U was acting like Sam Christian. Big U was acting like Sam Christian from the Black Mafia. Big U was extorting corner stores and weed dispensaries and shit like that. This is crazy. And my relationship with Loose Cannon was a joker and shit. Like, he liked to crack jokes and laugh and shit like that. You wouldn't think that this dude was capable of some of the shit that they saying that he was on. Loose Cannon was, in fact, according to this indictment, Loose Cannon was muscle. Loose Cannon was muscle. He was. And he wasn't shy about it. If y'all want to know where that video came from, the No Jumper video, when that shit happened in that alley, if y'all want to know where that came from, I posted that. I'm the first person to have that. I posted it on Twitter. Y'all know where I got it from? Y'all want to know where I got it from? He gave it to me. Like, yo, check this out. So he wasn't shy about the wreck he was putting in, man. Like, stop. No, don't. You can't tell everybody how to move. But yeah, Yellow Beezy is the latest to speedball himself to the Department of Corrections. After being investigated for 5 years, I'm pretty sure they got their shit together. But his name was always mentioned in regards to this homicide. It was never a secret about some turmoil between him and Mo3. I didn't know that Mo3 was on the type of shit that I'm learning that he's on and shit. I've been up all this morning, like, on Twitter trying to sort this shit out. AB finesse 3 NBA players for 100K each. Players like Draymond called Big U. That's one thing about niggas that play basketball. They like shooting some dice, man. I guess his name is Loose Cannon for a reason. Yeah. Ain't no way these NBA players didn't know the game was rigged. A lot of dudes that's in the NBA is squares, yo. They never did anything but play basketball. If you see the way that these Instagram models be fleecing these niggas for their money, a lot of them niggas had one girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas probably had one girlfriend, probably was, squares and shit. Didn't do nothing but play basketball and shit. But the gambling aspect, I know from college, they do like to gamble. They like to shoot dice and play cards and shit like that. The basketball players is into that. Daryl Javon, I appreciate your super chat. All the loose cannons I know was niggas that was nice with their hands. He said, them niggas ain't player at all. They be so rooted in sports that the street smarts are non-existent. It depends on the element that you came up in. Some dudes in the NBA, they are street. Depends on where you came from. I just watched a documentary about Tony Allen, the former defensive player of the year. Tony Allen was selling rocks and everything. What? Gully, what content you hate the most on YouTube right now? It's all the same. Everything, a lot of the content on YouTube became faddish. What I mean by that is jail shit. A lot of jail shit became a big thing after the Queen's Flip interview. Before the Queen's Flip interview, jail content was still popular. Something that's, I don't know, intriguing about jail to people who haven't been there. Uh, when I was locked up, we was in jail watching Lockup on TV. That don't even make any sense. We watching a program that's depicting incarceration in other states and shit like that. So corrections content has some type of appeal to it. It's kind of strange. People just like to watch that shit. Uh, I noted them old gangster stories. We ran through that. I felt that once Alpo died, that was the closing. That was the end of it. It was only one other person that would draw, any attention or my attention to that style of content. That was Rayful Edmond. Rayful came home and died. So I'm like, it's cooked. But you got some people that just, that's where they at. Everybody don't have access to entertainers and rappers and shit like that. So a lot of these guys are doing low vibrational shit because they don't have anything else to offer. That's what it is. But that the drug thing and shit, after Alpo and Rayful and shit, it was done. I felt that it was totally done. You still got guys that's into that, that's on that. Somebody sent me a freestyle this morning of Camron rapping, and I guess he about to come back out with Mace, and the shit that he was rapping about. He's talking about AZ, Gangsta Lou, Alpo, Richwater. I'm like, man, if you don't park that shit, man, nobody want to hear that shit, yo. I don't like relationship content. They not experts. Yeah, that shit was garbage, yo. I told you that them niggas still wanted to rap. I told you that was the problem between him and Jim Jones, man. Jim Jones was still rapping and getting by doing this shit, doing what they all started out doing. And to watch Jim Jones be embraced by younger rappers on the rise, like, Benny the Butcher and different dudes that's on the rise, to sit back and watch that, and he used to be your hype man. It sparks some envy in him, man. It sparks some envy in him. Camron can't fuck with Jim on the music tip. He can't. You can't. If y'all heard that freestyle that he just dropped, you better go get you some new diplomats, my nigga, like you did the first time and shit. Like, he was never, as a solo artist, he has his moments. He had his moments. I'm gonna keep it real. He has his moment. Oh, he even said some slick shit about Alpo in the freestyle. I got a revelation for y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all about him and Alpo one day if I decide to. He said, "Go find Ryder." He always needed some support. He did. He always did. Mace, Santana, the Diplomats. Ain't nothing up, yo. Y'all keep talking about he don't care about rap. If he don't care about rap, why do he keep rapping and shit? If he don't care about rap, why do he keep rapping? Y'all kill me with that shit. Y'all be talking, yeah, he got a bag, and y'all always talking about somebody fucking bag. In order to have a bag, you got to be doing numbers on the streaming platforms that's paying everybody pennies. You know what I'm saying? These niggas do not be owning them sets where they shoot their podcasts at, where they film at. They do not own that shit. When y'all get wrapped up into these numbers that these niggas tell you out their mouth. Come on. The first thing that popped on my head when Big U and the boys got arrested is, ooh, oh, these carrots are divine. You get a dozen for a dime. It's money on the floor. Yeah. Joe Budden retired from rap and haven't rapped since. Did y'all see the video of Joe Budden hooping? Ew. Nasty. Nasty. Yeah, because when Cam first came out, he was a weirdo rapper, not even reaching goal. I liked him, though. I ain't gonna front, but the truth is the truth. Cam really ain't got no certified hips. Jim lapped him a long time ago. I like losing weight. It's a couple more, but he seemed to be more effective on posse cuts and shit like that. Say it again, motherfucker. I appreciate your super chat. The only album Cam got in his catalog that's better than Jim's is Come Home With Me. Other than that, give me Jim music. I've been saying this for a long time. Big U's brother is in prison for murder for hire and drug dealing right now. Former NFL player too. I seen people in my comments saying that Big U has done a lot for the community. Killing a bunch of motherfuckers and passing out turkeys and shit. That don't equate to goodwill. Everybody has done that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has done that. It's not what's up, man. They need to. I'm. My reaction is like this, man, because I'm reading this shit that he was doing, and y'all know how I feel about the basketball shit. This nigga he really had the basketball players in fear and shit. You know these niggas is young. They go out there to play against the Lakers afterwards. They want to drive their foreign cars up and down, you know what I'm saying, Sunset Strip and Hollywood Boulevard and shit like that. And you got this old bum ass nigga pressing these cats, man. These dudes be in their early 20s, man. Real young men. He old enough to be their daddy and shit. Instead of him just minding his business and shit, he pressing these young motherfuckers, man. He deserve everything that he gonna get. And something that puzzles me is these niggas be the worst type of nigga. Predatorial, rotten, murderous. And as soon as the cavalry get on their ass, they want to turn themselves in. That don't make no sense. I always ran. I always ran, man. You got to come get me, man. I am not turning. Man, I ran for like 12 months for a 6-month sentence one time. I had a 6-month sentence to do. I ran for 12 months from that shit. People was like, man, why don't you just go get that shit over with? No, I'm not going in there. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. One of the suspects must have narrated on Yellow Beezy. His name was always mentioned. His name was always mentioned. His name was always tied to this shit. It was. When this type of shit happened and people been following along what's going on, people are, of course, going to put out content. I'm pretty sure that the authorities, somewhere, wherever they investigate people at, they got flat screens all over the walls like a sports bar and shit. And they just sit in there and they just watch everything. They watch Gully TV. They watch Zip with the Drip. They watch Adam 22 for sure. And they watch Vlad TV. I know for a fact Vlad is down with the police. Like, he's with them. They together. They're together. Straight up. And the fact that Adam 22 and Vlad TV is two of the biggest that supports my claim that they down with the system and shit. Because when you go up there to tell your business, tell your incriminating story, they want everybody to see it. They want everybody to see it. So there you have it. You you saw Kanye diss Jim about backdooring him for a bag. I seen it. I can't trust some of the shit that can come out of Kanye mouth. I never was a big Kanye enthusiast all like that. I like the songs that he has. He got some songs that he has that I like, but I never was wrapped up into the Kanye lifestyle, the viral Kanye, his meltdown. I never was. I just don't think he makes alpha music all like that that would appeal to somebody like me. He's more so like like a nerd with mental problems and shit. That's my opinion. My man said, "Can I get a shout out? I make beats on my YouTube channel. I subscribe." Super chat that, man. I can't see what you said and shit. With a son in the NFL, after that as an OG, you fall back. Your mission is accomplished. Time to grow old and live the good life. You would think after his son was successful in scholastic sports, he had some consideration or respect at other people's children that made it and shit. Why would you be pressing professional athletes when you got a child that's one? Would you like somebody doing that shit to your kid? Fucking low life. Yella Beezy is getting the death penalty for capital murder here in Texas. Alan Gordon said, top of the top. Gang Rico content is the gift that keeps on giving. My platform wasn't built on the back of shit like this. It was a long, 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 long time when I was behind the camera. Nobody knew what I looked like except for people that probably knew me in real life, or you probably seen me on MySpace or some shit like that. But this was never my intention, and it's something that I'm not really big on. I'm big on original content. I just uploaded something for y'all. I'm gonna press publish as soon as I get up off of here. It's Big Dubes from the Sporty Thieves talking about being on the Ricky Lake show. Y'all gonna like that joint. I'm gonna keep. I have to. I'm forced to do it. I'm gonna have to just keep on uploading original content. I don't care what everybody else is doing, but this right here, this shit, this Sodom and Gomorrah shit, this is what y'all seem to favor. Y'all just love it. Y'all can't get enough of it. Basil, thank you. Michael Concepcion knew how to move, unlike Big U. Stings a little bit, don't it? Boss Vegas, I appreciate your super chat. The shooter told on Yella. So why do we keep doing interviews with folks like Vlad and Adam if they, them people? The subscriber count. Them niggas got 1 million subscribers. Niggas want that. If your story is big, if your story is a big deal, or if your story has any attraction to it, it's going to do the numbers on anybody's platform. I don't know what type of compensation that Vlad and Adam 22 offers these people, but they seem to go after that. The compensation that I offer you is a thoroughly detailed interview. That's what I bring to the table. I interviewed Curtis Schoon about the murder of Jam Master Jay. I didn't know Curtis Schoon. Somebody put us together. They like, yo, you need to talk to Gully TV. You want the professional questioning. You want somebody who's gonna stand in front of you and extract the information that people want to know. Go fuck with Gully TV because he got expertise in this field and shit. That's what I bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a detailed interview. These other platforms, they don't these aren't hip hop platforms. Vlad TV isn't a hip hop platform because People that go on Vlad TV, they don't talk about hip hop. They talk about hurting people or jail or everything that came out of AR-Ab. AR-Ab did all them interviews with Vlad TV. He never asked him about his music. Not once. I would have been insulted. They don't even be insulted. Like, damn, I got a project. I do rap. I got a project that I'm trying to sell. I need the people, these millions of followers that you have, to know about my music and my career and my website. You don't never hear niggas say, yo, my website is www.com on. You never hear that. It's almost like he has a, you ain't doing no marketing on this platform. If you get on Vlad TV, you ain't doing no marketing, period. You're not going to do anything that benefits you. Besides, you're going to take this money and I'm going to extract everything negative and incriminating that you have. And if you don't have anything, I'm going to ask you about somebody else. And the person that I'm going to ask you about, they're going to be black just like you. And these niggas don't feel cheated, humiliated, emasculated, nothing. They don't. Cat Williams said, this is going to be the year. Appreciate your super chat. M86. When you going to interview Charleston White? I've never expressed any interest in interviewing Charleston White. I'm sitting here telling you this. Did I specialize in hip hop, sports, and fashion? Charleston White don't rap. What could me and him talk about? Let's act like we don't see this video of him telling on his friends. Being as though I stand on positivity and shit, right? What could I talk to Charleston White about? What could he say on here that would be consistent with what I bring to the table? Nothing. Y'all made people popular who get online and attack entertainers and shit. I don't care what these niggas do in their private life. I don't care what these niggas do. When is the release date? That's what I'm concerned with. When is the release date? Who's featured on it? That's what I do. Charleston White, y'all made him popular because of shock value and ignorance. Straight up. But you'll never see him on here. I could have interviewed him years and years ago. Nah. You literally don't have to do any journalism. Just sit back and wait for somebody to do an interview and then tell on themselves. They be paying them, that's why. Is the money worth it? Is the money worth it? That ought to tell you about these streaming services when people will leapfrog and go to that. I'm about to go up here and get emasculated for this 5,000. That's not a lot of money. 5,000 ain't a lot of money. You know, you can spend that shit in like 5 minutes. You can spend 5,000 in sacks. You can. And you can spend $5,000 in sacks and probably carry out the bags yourself and shit. You won't even need no help carrying out the bags. Seriously. But these people, they just seem to think that, I don't know. I know they wouldn't allow a black man to ask them any of those criminal questions. And a black man know better than to ask niggas any of them criminal questions. He said, Gully, break down the difference with capital murder for those who don't know. And my understanding of capital murder is something that qualifies you for the death penalty. When you charge with capital murder, that's something that qualifies you for the death penalty. Yeah. Vlad and Adam 22 are like white rappers. Their fan base is white. Nah, everybody watched that. Everybody watched that. The culture needs to get back to and uphold hip-hop culture and music. You only got a couple of platforms that cover hip-hop. That's me, Doggy Diamonds. I would say MREC. Can y'all name any hip-hop platforms? For real. a lot of the platforms that's out there not hip hop platforms and shit. They not. They're not hip hop platforms. They're not predicated on music and shit like that. There was a time when there was a lot, but it's not like that anymore. It's not like that anymore. Somebody sent me a video, Hassan, talking about me and Doggy Dimes. I passed y'all up. We don't do what you do, fam. We don't do what you do. We just black and you black. That's all we have in common. Me and Doggy Diamonds don't do what you do. We don't. Seriously. And I don't understand how you pass me up. You don't got more money than me. A lot of these podcasts, or whatever they call themselves, YouTube personalities, content creators, they don't got the type of paper that I'm playing with. It's not even close. It's not. This nigga talking about Hassan got like 5 YouTube channels and shit. He don't got no .coms, nigga. So just what we do and what you do is two totally different things. We stick into what we do. We cover hip hop music and shit. Adam always asking some police questions. He says sometimes say cheese. All the dialogue is a criminal based platform. I'll say cheese do hip hop. He might do some negative shit too, but I think Say Cheese is somebody who covers hip hop. He does hip hop. A lot of hip hop artists that be on Say Cheese, they be from like the South and shit like that. But the rest of them guys that you naming, nah. He said you asked Loose police questions. Me and Loose Cannon's interviews was always choreographed. We already discussed what he wanted to speak about before we even got online and shit. Don't you know in order for him to favor me, for him to continue to come to my platform, he was getting something out of the deal. He was getting what he wanted before we even sparked off our relationship. Anything musically that he had going on was uploaded to this channel, was uploaded to Instagram. We spoke about him being on BET before and shit like that. But anything that happened between he and I was something that we discussed before we even went on live. Straight like that. Still ashamed. I appreciate the super chat. We talked about how fucked up the youth is, but we got to remember they got people like Big U as an OG. You see all of this murderous shit going on. I remember when it was just Scott LaRock. Now it's almost common for rappers to get killed or, be involved in some murder shit. It's almost common. It is. After Scott LaRock, I can't really remember anybody that got hurt. I think dude from Rex and Effect got killed and he got stomped out or something like that. But I don't remember it being like this. The violence is almost a part of it. Basil, I appreciate your super chat. 5,000 to bypass your common sense. Tell them was always in them. These last 30 years, they let anyone in the whip. Numbers oversold individuals. I didn't even know Loose Cannon rapped. That's crazy. I didn't even know the nigga rapped either. When I first met him, I'm like, you rap? Because I had to do research on him before we did our first live stream, and I pulled it up. There was a music video of him on his channel that got flagged by Draco the Ruler's people, but he sent me a video. He's like, yo, here go a video I did with Draco. Draco got killed. Loose Cannon was on a song with Nipsey Hussle, Draco, and a few other guys. I didn't even know it. I told him, I said, man, you're more so known for these problems that your name is associated with. I was telling him, I'm like, man, I probably can help you past that, because he really wanted to rap. He really wanted to rap. He really wanted to act. He wanted to do things that he could make a living off legitimately. He just come up in that shit. And then when you following somebody or you associated with somebody who's rooted in destruction, you get what Loose Cannon got. Yeah. 5-year foreign been in jail since January. Yeah. Did you see the Casanova 2 times interview on $1 million worth of game? Nope. But after he got out from there, China Brim got on his ass and pulled up some type of research that revealed he got like 40 something sealed situations in his paperwork, sealed discussions that the public won't know about. There you go. Mujahid, you got to go, pimp. I holla at you. Have a great afternoon. They said being a rapper is the most dangerous job, and now you have gangsters that rap, so it's all messed up. I don't think that LaRussell, I don't think his lifestyle consists of any danger. I think it's more so the people that rap about certain topics, certain content. The shit that come out your mouth is gonna probably become your reality. Like when you talking a bunch of gangster shit, niggas that's in the street that's gangsters, they want to see what you cut like. They want to see if you really about that shit. But people like LaRussell, I don't think he has any problems. I don't think Common has any problems. Most Def, Talib, I don't think they have any problems. I don't think Shock G from Digital Underground. Imagine somebody trying to fight Humpty Hump. Imagine somebody trying to fight Humpty Hump. I don't think nobody ever approached them niggas with that because that's not what they represented. But you got people who talk this, spin the block, killer, I put money on you. You attract those types of demons and dangers to you, for real. If you speak that shit out your mouth, if you rap about that and you have a show, who you think gonna come to your show? Niggas that's living like that. Who you think gonna come to your show? If you talk about killing, murdering, and shooting and shit, who you think gonna come to your show? The niggas that's into that shit. That shit gonna come. LaRussell was in his own bag, but I bet he knows some killers though. He from the Bay Area. Okay. Jim Jones' new album was actually good, but this generation won't appreciate it. Speaking of that, right? The shit that Jim Jones rap about, he rapped for people that's of his generation, people who can digest that. That's who keeps him afloat. He said it himself on the Breakfast Club. He's figured out a formula. He figured out what he's good at and what people like to hear from him. I said this myself. If I started to like a rapper for certain things, I don't want him to switch up the formula. I don't care if you rap with the same producers forever and shit. I want you to stay in that lane, that bag that what attracted me, I want you to stay right there. I don't want you to switch anything up. That's what happened with me and Nas and shit. I was Nas's biggest fan. In the early years, I was his biggest fan, but he started to do too much. Like, he kind of just lost me, and I just drifted over to the Jigga side. That's what happened. For real. Jim Jones keep yelling Billy Blood. Shit, he gonna get himself in trouble. That's the key. Find your target audience, demographic, and expand it. Yeah. Wu-Tang got a new project coming out. I think this is the last group offering from them. I'm looking forward to that. What album did Nas lose you at? I can't even remember. Probably after like Stillmatic and shit like that, Nostradamus. Like, these are the joints that I'm familiar with. As he got older and shit, he lost me somewhere. I can't even tell you when it happened. He just kind of like fell out the whip. And as far as my social circle, like that's all we used to listen to was Nas and AZ and shit like that. And then he started to do too much. He did. He said Nas and Nation is when he lost. It was around those years. It was around those years, man. Like after the Nation and all of that, it was somewhere. He said he lost me after I Am. See, I knew that I wasn't the only one. I knew I wasn't the only one. Do you think we took the Snap era for granted? It was fun, but back then we thought it was corny, but the vibrations was high. I wasn't with that Snap shit, that Superman at home. I wasn't with that shit, man. Those are the years I started to play the wall and shit, man. Let me post up against this wall, man. That wasn't for me. Anybody checking for Mace's new album? I'm not. Godson is legendary. Nostradamus. Rico Suave said, I went to a Nas concert and half of it I didn't know. Lean with it, rock with it. The crunk era was lit, the club-wise. I was just chilling, man. I was in Atlanta during them years too, man, at the Atrium and shit like that. Just let them people do what they do. Jim inspired Mason Cam if they putting out music. Yeah. He said, what you mean by doing too much? Murder Mook said this line in a battle on Smack DVD. He was talking about his favorite rappers. He was like, Murder, Jada. No, he said Jigga, Jada. It used to be Nas, but then he started rapping about the moon and the stars. When he said that, I knew exactly what the fuck he was talking about. Like, that's the best way that I can explain my relationship with Esco. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just like that. Everything that Mook said is just like that. I remember when he said it. And I knew exactly what he meant by that. Y'all remember that? That was when he was battling Lux in that clothing store. I fuck with AZ. He said the Back to Africa vibes. People saying they lost him when he started talking about going back to Africa, and Belly, he lost me. He said, I know what you mean. It still was deep poetry. I don't know, man. But I was a big, I think Nas and Esco was two different people, and people my age, we grew up on Esco and shit. When he got the switching up, it wasn't for me. I sided with Jigga. I started to be more of a Jigga fan. His beats wasn't dope after a while. Nas went left when he was involved with Khalees. Nas Star Wars explains the change. He turned to conscious. I'm gonna leave that alone, man. I respect Esco, and I love what he did for hip hop. He's still one of the greats. But I just gave y'all, my assessment on it and shit. Do you like the joints he got with Hit Boy? Some of them is alright. Some of them is alright. They're not. When Nas used to drop back in the day, man, Nas put a hold on shit. Like, he shook the room. When a new Nas track came out, it was paused for everybody else. Everybody else had to hold up and be easy for a little bit. Even his videos, like, it was a thrill and shit, but he lost me somewhere. The King's Diseases albums weren't bad. I wasn't here to bash Nas. I was here to tell y'all about the decline, the overall decline. Gifted 20. I appreciate you. He bought 20 memberships. Thank you. Thank you. This nigga just started passing out memberships to y'all. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Y'all see how all them names just turned green? How the fuck did you do that? This nigga just, all of y'all can go watch Haitian back. All of y'all, he just turned your name green. You can go watch Haitian Jack Speaks Volume 1 for free. The first Haitian Jack documentary is on my channel for members only. Enjoy. And it's fire. It ain't gonna never come off of members only. It ain't. So if you weren't a member, he just threw you an alley-oop. That's what's up. Before I get off of here, did y'all see China Brim's last video before he turned it to members only? It was so funny he made it only for his members. He put the members only setting on it, but it wasn't members only to begin with. If you seen it early in the morning, that shit was funny as a motherfucker, man. That shit was the funniest shit. Go to China Brim and buy a membership if you haven't seen it. That video alone, his last video, y'all gotta see this shit, man. This shit is so funny, man. He like, you dumbass LA niggas. Y'all let a nigga, he said, y'all let a motherfucker from the Caucasus Mountains line y'all up. Yo, he said, y'all let a grafted. Yo, this nigga was bugging out so much, yo. He was cracking himself up. Like, he just couldn't stop laughing, man. When I heard him say it, man, I was dying. I'm like, this motherfucker is crazy. Anyway, he said the no jumper Crips. Yeah, he was talking about Adam 22. Yup, he did it. Put it in the comment section. I gotta get to the post office to ship out these PA knits. Everybody that ordered, they on the way. It's still cold up here in the Northeast. I was just under palm trees, white sand and blue water just last week. It was wonderful. Come back north, and it's still cold as a motherfucker up here. It was a heat wave a couple days ago. I just had on shorts a couple days ago, but now the bubble goose is back out. So anyway, I got to go. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. I'm about to publish this video for y'all to watch from Big Dubes from the Sporty Thieves, man. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's 900 people here, man. Y'all got to get the likes up, man, to like 500. That'd be great. Ill Will, run this shit back, man. I read off the charges being lodged against Yellow Beezy. And I hope at some point hip-hop goes through another metamorphosis. The power of refinement is real. Some change. If these niggas keep going to jail, it'll clean itself up. It does. Gully, this is American Confidential. Hit me. I want to interview you. Hit me up on my email, gullytvboss@gmail. You do great work. UN members only. Y'all two of the channels that I watch on a regular. Straight up. Anyway, y'all get them 100 push-ups, man. It's Friday, man. Y'all have a good day. Peace.